Representative Kresha, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
For those watching that may not know, where is Little Falls and what kind of town is it?
So Little Falls is a town of just over 8,000. We're right in the middle of the state. A location reference would be between St. Cloud and Brainerd.
My sources say it's the boyhood town of Charles Lindbergh. Is that true?
That is true. In fact, Charles Lindbergh spent his summers there, and we do have the Lindbergh State Park, and right across from that park you can visit his boyhood home. What
about the rest of your district? What other areas do you represent in 9B?
So 9B is all the way over to Todd County, which is Long Prairie, to Mille Lacs Lake. That's the east-west. On the north side, I go all the way up to Staples, or Motley, and then as far south as Royalton, which if you traveled Highway 10, Royalton is Treasure City.
What are some of the issues that are important to your constituents?
So we're a rural growing area. Broadband has been very important to us. We continue to grow with light manufacturing, have some amazing companies. We're just putting up Barrett's Pet Food Warehouse and Manufacturing, so that's an exciting one. You may have heard of Smoothie Sunflower Oil. That's out of Piers. The nice company growing there. And we were known for our boat works. We had Crestliner and Lund boats there for a while, but now we are more known for our manufacturing and our innovation.
And let's talk about broadband for a second. How important is it for Greater Minnesota? I know you sponsor a proposal that would provide $100 million, I believe, for border-to-border broadband development. How important is it for Greater Minnesota?
It really is a game changer for rural Minnesota, especially when you consider that more and more people are working from their homes. They're mobile workers, and they want the ability and need the ability, frankly, to work from remote locations. They're not all going to just travel and work in an office. So that broadband is incredibly accessed for expanding our workforce. It's also very, very important for our medical, our telehealth, and it really is the lifeblood of the next gigabyte economy for us.
And you serve as the Republican lead on the House Education Finance Division.
Right.
What would you like to see, or what issues do you think need to be addressed in 2020?
We need to scale back some of the mandates. We continue to burden our schools with unfunded mandates that just don't apply. We don't have the resources to just keep throwing things at them. We need to make sure our funding is equitable between our rural schools and our metro schools. And a lot of that goes with the different types of demographics that we're serving. And I would say just to continue to support hitting those achievement in all of our areas. We need to get everyone up to 3rd and 5th grade reading levels and find ways to help them. Also, it really is important that our students have a good pathway to a technical education or 4-year, and making sure that that is available for all the kids and that they know the path that they have open to them.
And bonding is going to be a big deal this year.
Yeah, it's going to be very big this year.
How important is a bonding proposal to Greater Minnesota and the communities of Greater Minnesota?
It's so important just to all of Minnesota, and certainly I serve Greater Minnesota, and that's where I'll lay my claim to how important it is with the roads, the bridges, the infrastructure. But it really is something that we have to consider for all of Minnesota, no matter where you live, because it's going to tap into your water. It's going to tap into what we're going to be able to expand for roads, bridges, and repair after the winters. We all go through that stuff. And I mean, if you've driven the roads north, south, east, west of Minnesota, you know that we have an infrastructure that's quite large, and we need to maintain it. So it's a very critical bill for us.
How big of a bill makes sense to you?
Oh, I've heard all over the place. I'm not going to pin a number down. I think it's more important that we really find the good projects, and then let's see if we can arrive to a number.
So there's a fishing museum in Little Falls. Tell us about that, and a Hall of Fame. Is there a Hall of Fame there as well?
So yeah, the Little Falls Fishing Museum has been around for quite a number of years. It was started by a gentleman called named Al Barrett from Sartell, and he's a retired Air Force, and then he started collecting artifacts and stories. And the Fishing Museum is located in Little Falls, a great little treasure we have. And then the Fishing Museum took on the Hall of Fame Museum, or the Hall of Fame, excuse me, of all of people that you might have heard names of people that have made the fishing industry important and have expanded that in Minnesota. So yeah, that's all located in Minnesota, in Little Falls. And just a great little treasure if you're through. One of the great things about Little Falls, if you come through there anytime, but in the summer a lot of people do, within 5 miles we have a zoo, very nice zoo. We have the fishing museum, we have the Lindbergh State Park, and then a bunch of other amenities and attractions, but just a nice little town to come visit and to stay.